frost-cut junction, but the warmth in my chest keeps glowing. Cold in the block, but the rise in my step keeps showing. Pressure in the steel, but the heat in my tone keeps glowing. Night on my back, but the glow in my breath keeps growing. Shadow in the gate, but the warmth in my bones keeps knowing. Cold tries calling, but the rise in my soul keeps going. Frost in the air, but the heat in my core keeps glowing. Drift beneath the frost-cut junction, glow in my chest like a nighttime function. Heat in my breath when the shadows malfunction. Rise in my tone when the cold seeks reduction. Warm light spark when the steel hits conduction. Glow in my bones when the dark finds obstruction. Heat in my voice when the frost loses traction. But the warmth in my stand stays steady. Night in the air, but the glow in my mind stays ready. Pressure in the block, but the rise in my tone feels heavy. Frost in the path, but the heat in my chest feels steady. Shadow in the rail, but the glow in my breath feels heady. Tries freezing, but the warmth in my bones stays steady. Night tries closing, but the rise in my soul stays ready. Warm drift beneath the frost-cut junction, glow in my chest like a nighttime function. Heat in my breath when the shadows malfunction. Rise in my tone when the cold seeks reduction. Warm light spark when the steel hits conduction. Glow in my bones when the dark finds obstruction. Heat in my voice when the frost loses traction. Cold tries creeping, but the warmth in my stride keeps bending. Night tries pulling, but the glow in my eyes keeps sending. Pressure in the block, but the rise in my will keeps trending. Frost in the gate, but the heat in my core keeps blending. Shadow in the rail, but the warmth in my breath keeps lending. Cold in the air, but the glow in my chest keeps mending. Night in the path, but the rise in my soul keeps ascending. Warm drip beneath the frost-cut junction, glow in my chest like a nighttime function. Heat in my breath when the shadows malfunction. Rise in my tone when the cold seeks reduction. Warm light spark when the steel hits conduction. Glow in my bones when the dark finds obstruction. Heat in my voice when the frost loses traction. Cold in the block, but the warmth in my breath keeps climbing. Night in the gate, but the glow in my chest keeps tightening. Pressure in the steel, but the rise in my tone keeps rhyming. Frost in the air, but the heat in my bones keeps shining. Shadow in the bark, but the warmth in my voice keeps binding. Cold tries freezing, but the glow in my soul keeps finding. Night tries closing, but the rise in my core keeps grinding. Beneath the frost-cut junction, glow